Hey, this is Ethan Nicholas, and this is my TF2 map that I call Big Barn. So you can see here, this is just the blue, the attacking team spawn room. When I say blue and red, that corresponds accordingly to attack and defense. Blue will always be attack, red will always be defense. So the payload starts out right here where I'm looking at. I had already pushed it a little bit before I started this video. So my goal for this map was to have a wide variety of vertical areas to set up on and angles to attack from for both the attacking and defending sides. They will initially favor the defense, but eventually the attacking side can push out and use these high ground areas to set up on for their attack once they push the defense out. Platforms such as this one that I'm looking at, this one, and the far one over here are good for snipers to set up on, NGs to set up on, or soldiers to rain down rockets from. You get a really good angle on the spawn, and you can use some cover from the edge, which is what high ground's all about in first-person shooter games. High ground's important because you get easy headshots, and it's harder for them to shoot you because you can use the cover from the sides. So that's the purpose of these high ground areas. These two rocky mountain areas are just for the start of the map. These don't repeat. These like wooden board ramps here up to the high ground are consistent, and they're usually where the defense is meant to set up on certain parts of the map, which is why they all look very similar. These can be used as the attack if they start to push forward. Let me go back towards the beginning of the map and take you through from there. So this area here, these are like chain link fences basically, and I wanted cover for the attacking team as they start to push the payload, since there's already a lot of fire that would be coming in from that side and this side on them. It would make it risky for the defending team to set up like right here, or like on the other side of this. And I also wanted cover from that high ground that's through here as you're pushing the payload here. I wanted that to be more useful for once you get it around these couple of bends. So you push the payload this way, you might run into an enemy team, the red team, defending from up there. You'd have to deal with them accordingly. You can, as an attacking or defending soldier, rocket jump up to the top here and fire down on the cart. It's pretty risky though, as you're in line of sight of spawn. You'll probably get shot by a sniper or by like an enemy soldier. You can also fight from up here to get a slightly higher ground over whoever will be fighting from over here. This can make for an interesting range firefight. A lot of firefights are either very long range or very close range in TF2, and I wanted to create a kind of mid-range firefight at a like different angle than would usually be having such a fight. You can also rocket jump across. I made these windows so you can see if the defending team is setting up something sneaky here. I didn't want this to really be an ambush area as much as just some cover for the blue team. So you come around this corner here, and this is a pseudo choke point, I guess. It's a pretty narrow hallway. You can set up NGs in it, but they will know that the NG is here, and they can also just flank around the backside and take out whatever you have here. Once you push it through these couple of barrier areas here, this is when the defense should be setting up on this platform up here, and they should be trying to rain fire down on you. Alternatively, and what I really desire, here's where we get to the big barn. So the big barn is, as I said, a big barn. It's two mirrored areas with windows for snipers or any DPS to shoot from high ground. And then a scaffolding in the middle that connects them. So this, because the attacking spawn is so close, the blue spawn is so close, I wanted there to be like a strong benefit for red team holding up here. And so this allows you to position snipers up in the windows or in the mid here, or like rain down soldier fire towards the cart. Or you can set up NGs on these platforms. You can also set up NGs in the middle platforms, or like a heavy up here, and you can drop to contest the cart as it comes down this way. Same thing over here. You can get onto the top of this building using the soldier only. You can rocket jump up here, and you can fight from up here as well. So like I said in the beginning, I wanted a very vertical level with different heights to attack from. So like this would be where the soldiers would usually want to fight from, but then this opens up the enemies to picking out like a sniper and just shooting you if you're standing up here without cover. Or their own soldiers jumping up here and taking you down. Yeah, so you can shoot from like up here at this angle. The next layer down is for is for like snipers and NGs to set up on, and then the bottom layer, like scouts can come flank you through these. You can rocket jump through the windows as soldier. You can also come for a flank around the back here as soldier and come kill like snipers who are up here or NGs who set up here. You can flank through the bottoms as like a scout or a spy, and then come like backstab somebody or like shoot them really quick as scout and jump out the window here. There's also a flank route behind, like a kind of ninja route behind here to get behind an enemy team if they set up really strong here. So it's like the blue team's counter to the red team's defensive strength here. And this is all just one big choke point for the like midway point of the map here. So right here is like the main point of the map. If you get here, you get extra time and the payload can't roll past this point if you're on the blue team attacking. In case you don't want to hold right at this choke, or the attacking team gets an advantage up here and they just like decide to take over this high ground and just like shoot down on your team, you can set up as defense over on this platform here. It's not as advantageous, but if you lost the team fight as the defense, it should not be as advantageous. You should be at a distinct disadvantage if you lost the team fight up there. So you'd probably put like a heavy over there, and you put your DPS up here, and you just like shoot down into the choke point and try to get the fight. But again, there's that flank route over here. So if you come for the far flank and get up here without being noticed, then you can like fire on the other team, on the defensive red team, and take them down. Again, this is one of those high ground platforms. Similar deal here. Because the defensive spawns begin to, since the defense begins to be favored more with the spawns, I only have like 2 regular high ground areas up here for contesting this cart, and like you can play up here as a team and then drop with your heavy and contest the cart, or like you can like Uber somebody and have them go crazy down there, or like you can just like come soldier raining death from the above. I do have this wall in here so that it's not like an easy like get straight back to the point. You do like have to come around and like peek somebody that would be up here, and also just so like the blue team spawn can't like directly access the red team spawn. That would be a problem. Similar high ground situation up here. NGs would set up here, DPS would set up here, maybe a heavy, but when the cart comes by you drop to contest it. At the end it's just a very simple curve into the red team spawn. The red team spawn doesn't currently like wall anybody out, it's just a placeholder here. You can spawn like one player in there, but right now it's just set for 1v1 10 minutes infinite time for testing purposes. This last point here, when you get to the end of the track, the payload stops and just rolls forward in this checkpoint and blows up, and that's the end of the map. I have this set very close to the base because there's no way for the defense to really set up and get back here if the attack gets a really good team fight that they win. This does very strongly favor the defense, but usually the last point of these kind of maps do favor the defense strongly, so they can have a hold at the end. Also, attack would be able to set up here and rain down fire if the defense loses this high ground fight. Anyway, once again, this is my map, Big Barn, and thank you for watching.